What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, I'm here with the Bay one more time. You guys already know it's about to be another install video. Well, it's gonna be an attempted install video. We're gonna be changing the DRLs. So I'm going to be doing yellow DRLs, typical, right? Get the spacers, get the springs, and then DRLs right away. But no, the reason I'm doing yellow DRLs is because I want it to match with the seat, obviously. I think it'll be a nice touch, specifically because the seats have that yellow right there. With the yellow and then the blue hint on the headlights, I think it's gonna look really good. So, see how it has that blue detail already? And then the yellow light on the DRLs, it's gonna look sick. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try to tackle it by myself. We're gonna raise the car on the jack, and then I know the ones on the inside here I can get from the hood, but then the ones on the outside, those are the ones that you gotta lift the car, turn the wheel, and then gotta get under the fender liner. So that's the one that's gonna be a little bit harder, but look at that. She's looking real nice right now, guys. I love this thing. Here's my brother's S14. It's a right-hand drive. He's gonna have a crazy build too. You know, we appreciate all cars on this channel, not just Beamers. And this thing is gonna look crazy too. Look at that right-hand drive, straight imported from Japan. This thing is sick. So I can't wait to see what he does with this car as well. So I'll keep you guys updated on this build as well as it goes on. Let's get into it. So these are the DRLs right here. This one came from my boy Patrick. He got amber ones to match his interior. He has a Kalami orange interior. So let's see. These, I believe, are the ones that you could access from under the hood. And then these right here are the ones that you have to go through the fender liner. So let's see here. Here's the other one. This one is labeled R for right. This one has no label because it's supposed to be left, I'm assuming. So R and left. We tried to change the amber ones on his car, but we did it in the dark and we didn't notice that they had the label for the sides. We just plugged it in, and if it fit, we thought it was correct. So then when we started installing it back in the car, it wasn't lighting up, and we were like, what the heck? So the next day he took it to rod speed, and they're like, bro, you had the left on the right. It was never gonna turn on. I'm not gonna make that mistake, so hopefully it's easier for me. We just put the car on the 2x4. That way, give us enough clearance to get the jack under. And when you're gonna jack up a BMW, if you guys have tried, you guys know at the bottom there's like a square block, square plastic block. So I got these jack pads from Amazon, and you put it into the square and then you put the jack under it and raise it up. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. Alright, so right here, if you guys can see that, there's a square pad. So what I'm gonna do is put the square right here, right? And then put the jack under it so I could raise the car. Alright, so right here I have the jack pad and this rectangle block under the car, and I put the jack right under it. So now we just jack up the car. Make sure you have your e-brake on, obviously. Now that we have the tire completely off the ground, we're gonna turn the tire outside so we could get into all these bolts in here. So we gotta get all this fender liner off so we can access the module, which is right around here. Now it'll be easier to get all these bolts out. I believe they're 10 millimeters, and there's probably like 10 of them all along the fender liner. So we're gonna remove those so we could get access to the module. All right, so we have 13 bolts. Make sure you get the one back here. That's probably the hardest one. And this one, you guys, and that one up here. Those are probably the ones you might forget, but when you try to take the fender liner off, you'll notice it's still attached back there. Then after we do that, we should be able to just take the fender liner off here and pull it right out. It's that easy. And now the fun begins. All right, so here's the module. It has I think those are T20s, not sure, but I'm gonna open up the hood and see if I can access. So there's 2 bolts, one right here and then one back here, up here. That's the difficult one, the one that's up there, because this little bracket's in the way, so you might need to move that bracket. All right, so this bracket right here is blocking the last torque bit that we need for the bottom module. It's behind here, so we're gonna just loosen up these bolts right here. This one, take this one off, that one, those 2, and on the bottom as well, there's a few that hold it right here, and then I think it's around here, another one. There's another one back here. This one right here. So we're gonna move it so we could make this bracket a little bit flexible, and then we could get to this last screw back here. So we removed the 10mm bolts. There's let me see, 1 2 3 4 5. So I believe there's 2 on the bottom and 3 on top, and then this one that holds it on here. So now we're able to play with it, move it around. We're gonna push this to the left or to the right or up so we can access the other screw. All right, now you just pull it out, and then this clip right here, you just squeeze and pull out, just like that. So now we get a little flathead, and we try to pry this out very gently. You don't want to crack this, just in case there's something wrong with the other one. You just gotta kind of get under there, scrape it a little bit, and just try to slowly pry it off. It's gonna take a couple tries, but be gentle. We're gonna heat it up with the heat gun. We're gonna heat it up through the back and try to see if we could soften it up a little bit. All right, so we were able to pry it open. We just take it off, and now we're gonna get the other one and make sure it goes in the same way. This one you could see is the same pattern. So this is the one on the driver's side. The one that's labeled right is for the passenger side. You guys can just see the same pattern here. So we're gonna put some thermal paste on the back. We're gonna try to take some of this one off, since this came off Patrick's car, and then we're just gonna paste it and put it on this one. For now, we're gonna put some more thermal paste. Just align the holes, paste it there, hold it down, let it dry up a little bit. I'll give it a little bit of time, that way it's not moving around when we put it back. We're gonna let that one dry, and we're just gonna take this one out and replace it as well. So this one has a connector as well. You just pull it out. So we just heated it up and then pried it with the flathead. Now we're gonna apply the other one right here. We took some of the residue off, and now this one we're gonna use double tape. So we're gonna put it right here. This is the driver's side, and I took a picture of the last one before we pried it open because it popped off, so that's always a good idea. So this one goes like this, and we're gonna put it on. All right, so we let it dry for a little bit. Now we just got to connect the connector onto here and bolt it back in. All right, before we tighten everything up, I went ahead and put back the module on the under the wheel well, and we also did the ones on the top already because we had to let the thermal paste dry. So let's see if it works. Let's go. Yes, sir. We obviously still have the one on this side because we haven't lifted the car, but wow, this thing looks mean. Look, and from here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the little hint of the seat right there with the light, I'll show you guys in a different angle once we have both of them on. But geez, this thing looks so good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten everything up here. We still gotta put this bracket back on, and then I'll go ahead and lower the car and then lift it up on the other side. Take off the fender line on that side, take out the module, and it should be good to go. So you guys saw everything that we did. Hopefully I was pretty clear on all the steps. I went ahead and did the other side, same steps as the driver's side. We went ahead and took off the fender liner, took off the module, heat up the module, pry it out with the flathead, and this thing looks insane. You guys ready for this? You guys ready? Boom! Damn, this thing looks insane, bro. Hopefully the camera could pick that up. You guys could see. The main reason I did this was because of the seats. The yellow details on the seats, and then the yellow lights right here, man. This thing looks so nice. Look at that. Just wow. Let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully my video was kind of thorough and pretty clear on all the steps. But yeah, I'm always replying to comments and things like that. Obviously I don't have a lot of comments, but I try to be as helpful as possible. And thank you guys for all the support so far, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.